Hello, everybody. Yesterday was a very rough night. It kind of stinks because you never know until it actually happens how easy the night will be. Nights have always been a hard thing for Christina. Anyway, so we slept most of the day away, of course. I'm smiling. So I've been debating today about what to talk about. And I was watching an anime, and one of the people's names sounded awfully like a racial slur. And I was like, okay, I'll talk about racism. So I took a piece of paper and I wrote down some things. I'm not a very angry person. I'm not. So think of this as a special occasion. Okay? I just want to clarify, first of all. Race is something people made up to justify being mean to each other. Usually, when you talk about races, they stand out like a sore thumb. Like a boiling boil. Oozing pus. Let's all, it's really easy to see them coming from my way. So you can all stand around and point fingers and laugh and come up with the most dirty and disgusting, probably accurate insults. Let's see, I wrote down a few of them. They're so stupid that they do not realize that we're no longer in the 17th century. They have tiny genitalia. They only have kids when they accidentally rape females who are actually adults. They're so unself-aware that they don't realize it's not a good idea to judge a person based on their physical views. They obviously can't read because, and they have a lot in common with Hitler. Anyway, these pieces of garbage who, are just causing pain and suffering for their own selfish justification that makes no sense other than them being horrible, terrible people that deserve to go to a special place in hell. I just want to say, society as a whole, despite the fact that it insists it's not racist, continues to show traits of racism. I hate when television and movies have characters of certain physical traits that they associate with very specific stereotypes. It's almost like that's a negative thing, and that we shouldn't judge people based on those appearances. I mean, maybe I'm just a kid, on the inside, but don't you hate it when somebody looks at you and says, I know who they are just by their physical appearance. Genetics are that way. I love genetics. So, why do they have so much comedy around people's racism, and everything about it? Why is it that we have problems in our society with people being judged based on their race? You know what? I used to say it doesn't matter, when mainly referring to actors, it doesn't matter what race a person is. What matters is their skill and ability at the part. But the problem is, I don't trust society enough to actually believe that they would go through such a simple concept. It's almost like their prejudice is so deep down and old and withered and wrinkled and dying, death. I wish I had more insults. I really do. There's no amount of words that can express how much I hate racism. I think it's stupid. And beyond that, why in the world would you ever put people into situations where you see them as less of a human being? Because why? Why? What are you? Do you have so on. Do you have so little value as your own human, significant individual that you can't find value in yourself unless you put other people down that are different than you? I think a bigger problem in our society than regular racism is casual racism. These are the people who think they're not racist. You know, I'm not racist, but here's something racist. Maybe they laugh at racist jokes, or even comment about certain things about races. Oh, certain areas have higher crime rates. It's obviously a racial problem, and not because society has treated certain people like absolute garbage for no reason. You're part of the problem. If you are not able to self-reflect in yourself and say to yourself, wait a second, even if I don't consider myself racism, am I still looking at a person's color of their skin when I think about who they are as a person? Oh, I'm not racist, but if a person walks in and they have darker skin, I'm definitely going to suspect that they're more likely to be a robber. Go home. Go home and stick your face in a dog's bowl, because that's where it deserves to be. Seriously. Seriously, I feel like I'm talking to kindergartens here. Mommy, what is people different bad? People aren't animals. You don't have to worry about them like the way that you have to worry about a bear. Just because a bear is probably going to attack you doesn't mean that a person's color of the skin is going to attack you because of the color of their skin. Ah! It doesn't help that it makes everybody look bad. Your racism thus reflects on everybody who isn't a racism. Guess what? We're all suffering because you guys are horrible. Every single time I go somewhere and somebody judges me based on the color of my skin, it's because you stupid racists can't keep it in your stupid pants. I don't like racism. I think it's stupid. I'm a mutt. That's the way I think of myself. I am not. I'm a mixture of things, and I want to be able to be proud of those parts of me, of all the different pieces of me, without it becoming a this race and that thing. There's so many cultures that have been destroyed because of racism. There's so many people who are never going to be able to live a normal life because of racism. There's people who live in societies where they are driven into poverty because it is sustained poverty because some guy doesn't believe that. Please stop being racist. It's bad. It's bad for the environment. This is why we can't have nice things. Stupid free. I'm sorry, you have a certain look to you. This must be the way that you are, so I'm going to treat you like a piece of garbage because I'm a piece of garbage. Anyway, have a nice day.